Hello and welcome to Ago Ago Game. I'm your host, Old Man Kobayashi, and this is Cities Skylines 2, released today, and we are going to start a new game. So, got a bunch of maps to choose from. I've watched a few videos about the different maps, and who are they by? Overcharged Egg and Cities by Diana. And so I've decided already to try this one, which is Barrier Island. One, it's got a large building area. Two, it has all of the outside connections. And three, we've got 10 degrees to 29 degrees here, which is something that I like. I grew up in a city called Winnipeg, which is in the center of Canada, and it was really cold in the wintertime, and so I hate winter. Walking to school when it's minus 20 or 30, or once or twice, minus 40, wasn't a lot of fun. So we are going to have left-hand traffic. And the theme, North American. Sure, we'll start with North American. And because this is a port city, we are going to call it Minato and Mirai. Minato Mirai. And that is Port of the Future. Also a popular area in Yokohama with the same name. So we are going to try to live up to that. So I played for about an hour and a half this morning before I went to work, and I've familiarized myself a little bit with what to do, but I still don't know a lot. So the first thing I'm going to do is, just for fun, I am just going to run a central avenue all the way through my city. So, and then I am actually going to check my terrain, and I'm just going to brush that. Make sure I don't mess anything up. Every once in a while, there seems to be some weird stuff with terrain. So I'm just going to go through the central area and fix it up, just because I noticed in my hour playthrough this morning that I kind of forgot that there is actually elevation, because the elevation isn't always turned on. So I'm just gonna flatten this out, and then later on we will, or I will, make sure that once I get into this stuff, I actually terrace everything and make it look nice. Just for the central area, though, I've got a very wide, a very nice palette to work with there. All right. So now it's a lot easier to see that this is, a ridge line here. So I am going to just put in a little bit of a central avenue. Then what I'm going to do is kind of take a look at the coast, put in a coastline here. Just try to get a few lines here. Try to get a fairly natural looking road layout. And then what I'll do is I'll build some grids off of this once that's done. So I've learned, one of the things I did learn is these snapping tools are really good until they're not, and then they're a little bit irritating. So you have to be a little bit careful about what you do. I know this might be sacrilegious or something, but I'm just going to bulldoze this. But one of the things I will do is take this old mill and put them off to the side so I can make that a little park or something, a little park asset later on. So what I'm trying to do here is ignore the sounds of cars outside my window, but also, mimic the coast like the first people who built the city or built the roads here would have, and then build a grid off of that. So I will lay down the city, the first part of the city here, and then we will come back and take a look. Okay, so we've got a bit of an outline of a downtown area, I guess. A couple of broken up grids, some very gritty grids. So let's add some zoning and see what happens. Oh, but we should probably add some water and sewer. So one of the things I noticed here, interesting, when I played this morning, these arrows didn't come up. I think you gotta like play a couple of minutes on the timer before they come up. So if you don't get any arrows telling you where the water is flowing, that's something you can do. Make sure that you let the simulation run for a couple of minutes to get them to show up, because this morning I didn't know what I was doing and I put the sewer and the water intake in the wrong places. So I got dirty water flowing towards my water intake, which apparently is a bad thing. So let's just dump this water over here, and it should flow away from the city. I was going to put it over there, but yay, tiny village. All right, well, let's connect the water up and then add some, or get our rewards there. So let's just, so let's build this, a little bit of a road here. Let's turn this on actually. So for now, all right, that is set up. And for now, I'm going to keep this disconnected from here as the main artery for entering the city. So I won't put any connections onto here for now. And we'll see how big the city gets. And I'll probably build some more bridges and things across here. So maybe I should talk a little bit before I put the zoning in about my plan. I guess it depends on how long I play this city. A lot of times, you know, I'll learn new things and want to start again. I guess we'll see how it goes. But this is a barrier island, so I was thinking of keeping this whole frontier as a park. Because that's where the most wind and etc. comes in, keeping this, you know, open, and then turning this into a port and doing a lot of terraforming in here, putting up seawalls and once I unlock it, the seaports and that kind of thing in this part. And in this part here, doing a lot of terraforming around, making it look like it was a seaport. So, and then the map goes all the way over here. This part is pretty flat and boring. So because there's no actual map editor, I was thinking I would put, like, just make a couple of not islands but mountains or hills in here like this, but bring them down over here as well. Just add a little bit more interesting visual appeal to the map, and just make it a little bit more interesting and a little bit more challenge to build over here. All right, let's get in and we will build some zoning. What I like to do is have a lot of pathways. So I am going to run this all the way over. So that's 10, so 5 and 4. I think that was the auto save. That's what that freeze was. Now that's 10 again. Not so sure that I want those crosswalks here on this main road. Across the small road, that's fine. Well, I can always take it out later. And these are pretty short blocks, but these are longer. I'm just gonna eyeball this one, and I will put in the crosswalk across here. But maybe not for these ones on the main road. All right. All right, we'll work a little bit on the pathways there later. So let's zone this up, and then we will come back. Usually what I like to do is zone just a tiny bit, start the simulation at the slower speed, and then continue zoning so it kind of catches up and I can see what the demands are. So I've already got medium density. So yeah. All right. And I actually watched another video by Overcharged Egg as well, talking about the best things to use your development points for, and I'm going to use that as a guideline since they have played a lot longer than I have. So the first thing we want to buy is our road services, which makes a lot of sense. I can take away or add our stop signs, as well as keep people from turning where I don't want them to turn, etc. So now we can do all of these here. So I'll add those in. I might add some trees and grass as well, just to make things look nice. But first, let's get zoning. So we're going to put in some industrial over here. I'm just going to start really simple without thinking too much about it. Just add some in here. As you know, or hopefully you know, the wind direction is those arrows, and they output, or industrial outputs, air pollution, so gotta be careful. All right, we're back. It's actually the next day, thanks to a lot of technical difficulties that included a bunch of lost footage and then a broken microphone cable. So that's fine. I've reloaded the game in a bit of an earlier state than what I left it off as, but I think it might be a later state than the footage that I actually still have that's recorded properly. But that's alright, because I wasn't really satisfied with all of the changes that I had made. So I'm going to do some stuff here by making my keys and whatnot, seawalls, port area, etc. So I'm going to do a whole bunch of terraforming first. What the heck is going on here? Why? Interesting. Oop. So I did some testing after I, realized all the footage lost and everything, and decided to make some changes, and didn't have any problems during that testing when I was on land drawing roads. But now, apparently, that I'm recording and whatnot, this is not going to work. We do have to remember this is an early access version of the game. Oh, no, wait, it's the full release version. Huh. Thanks, Paradox. As I said, I did some tests and got this to work. And now I'm getting weird elevation anomalies. And I'm getting a little bit frustrated after all the other stupid stuff that has happened. So the game still thinks that this is water, even though it's been completely terraformed, and I'm running the simulation for a while. That is, let's say, frustrating. I'm not really sure what to do. I've watched a few, videos of people playing the game, even in early access, and I've never seen anyone have this problem before. So I'm going to do a little bit more terraforming over here and see if I let it run even longer. Maybe that'll work out. I don't know. I guess we'll see. Well, it seems like you cannot build anything over reclaimed land. So you can see I built a little outline with the seawall, which is what I was trying to build. This one's an exaggeration. But that's based on the land that was already there, and then just digging out the edges to add the water, as opposed to, building up the land with landfill or whatever, reclaimed land, and then trying to build on that. So even though this has been running a lot, or for a while, it is now making a liar out of me. So apparently you have to run it for a really long time. I literally just tried this before I started recording again, and it was not working. That's bizarre. Well, wait a long time after building a landfill, I guess. Huh. Alright, well, that's a thing. Yeah, wait a long time. So I guess I should do some more terraforming then before I try to make my seawalls. So that's what I'm gonna do. So this is the method that I came up with after a few tries, a few misses. Take a very shallow bank. The one that used to be here actually is where I got the height from. A very soft beach, very sloped beach to get the height. And so that is the height here. And then you can just go around and set that height. Like that. And then you've got a sharp contrast between the two. So sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. So I build the road, and then sometimes, as you saw when I built this one, it put in the seawall and sometimes it didn't. So you just knock down the one where it didn't. Or when you're making a push in like this, draw the road in. Then go in like this, and then delete the road and draw the road again, and you should get the seawall, which is quite pretty. And then once you've done that, of course, you then find a decent water depth and push all the way into the seawall. So you get a nice, sharp, defined edge to your seawall. So you see there, got my softening tool, drop down the brush strength. Just be careful next to the seawall. Don't want to undo all your hard work. Yay! That's exciting. But now you can see I have got a beautiful little spot here that looks like a former dockyard. So yeah, that's the what I'm saying is a former dockyard, and we're infilling it probably with commercial and residential, and this probably around here will be like the high density downtown as we fill this in. And I'm gonna do a dockyard over here as well. I'm hoping that maybe I can get the once I get transit, then I can put in an actual seaport here for cargo. And thinking about running this train line maybe along the same side as the bridge, or it might make more sense to put the cargo or train cargo seaport here. So but I'm just wondering about where to actually bring the train line in on this. That we'll see. Cross that bridge when we get to it. So let's see if this simulation has been running long enough to actually build here. Apparently yes. As I'm dragging these along, I'm looking at the slope percentage, and now here I've got 0.1% of a slope, which is good. And you'll notice that, you know, sometimes you get these things. So you can use that as, might as well take that as a sign that you should try to do something interesting here. Oh, I am going to... see how this looks. So I take this height here. Shoot. I take this height here. And then I just make sure that that's what I want. And then I'm going to go to the road here. Destroy and redrop. And you see it looks nice. Just gotta make sure that you're actually lining up with what you had. Sometimes it's a bit weird. Like, you want it from this point, I'm pretty sure it's this point, but you can see it looks kind of weird there. So maybe that wasn't the exact point. Maybe it's this point. No, it's this point. And again, just double checking to see that the walls are actually drawing in properly. And whoop. Gosh darn it. I think this might be too tight of a curve in here. Oh. Why? Let's see if that works. Does not seem to, so I don't know. Maybe if I try that. And there you go. That's what I need to do. But it looks like... why does that look like it's lower? Despite all the terraforming that I did. That is a little bit frustrating. looking pretty good. Well, it looks like I was running the simulation while this was unplugged. Whoops. That is ungood. Guess I can put it against any of these? No. So I'll put it over here for now. And there we go. Should have water, etc. I rent. Oh, my sliders are big there. People should be happy that they've actually got water and sewer again. So, this is shaping up. I might do some adjustments to some of these. That's not quite right. We've got the outlines of our port area, and I'm actually pretty satisfied with that, especially after all the false starts there. So, nah, that's looking not bad. Let's see if we can. Oop. Sometimes you actually have to click on the right setting to get it to do what you wanted to do, as opposed to using the wrong setting. The wrong settings don't actually work. Okay. Well, that's the beginning of that. Unfortunately, I do actually have a full-time job, so I need to wrap this up and go to bed. I hope you enjoyed this this episode, and I hope you come back and join me. Thank you very much for watching. See you.